Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is another tarot review. I have just purchased the Exploring Tarot using Radiant Rider-Waite by Avia Venefica. It's a U.S. Game Systems Inc. It's the deck and the book set. As you can see right here, this is the deck and this looks like the book. We shall open it up and see. As you can see right here, there's no price on it. Okay. I believe this is around $25. There is a link in the description box of where I purchased it and how much it costs. I don't like putting actual amounts in here because the prices change so often. No matter where you purchase it from, prices always change. So, and I want these reviews to be as relevant as possible for as long as possible. So that's why I don't usually, excuse the arm, I don't usually like putting in the prices because obviously they change. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. Da 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 da. What's all in here? What are you? Oh. Okay, I don't know if I could get this whole thing in. This is. Let me just hold, please. I'm not gonna. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Can you see all of that? It's a big old poster. Ancient 10-card tarot spread. So this is a nice little thing that can help for beginning readers. I think I will play with that after a while. But for now, I will fold it back up. Got that. Okay. And I will be reading from this book. Ooh. Let's see. Meaning and reading. Oh, I see. I will probably just be reading the definitions here, but it does have upright, reverse. The Nine of Wands says when contemplating the meaning of the Nine of Wands, ask yourself meaning in a reading, upright and reverse. Quick read meanings. Interesting. I'll probably just be reading this part. We're all pretty familiar with the Rider-Waite deck as it is. And of course, here are the beautiful cards. So let's just go through this deck and see what we've got going on here. Oh, it does come with a small little book. Let me see, where did I put my scissors at? I'm always scared I'm going to cut the cards. But, you know, things happen, right? Okay, so it's got a nice little book. Okay. That's the back of it. The Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck infuses bold, bright colors into the traditional landscape of the original deck, first painted by Pamela Coleman Smith. Okay, nice. So we're going to go through. This is what the back of them looks like. These are, let's just check and see how big they are. Normal size, I suppose, for a tarot deck. Let's see, they are 5 inches by 3 inches, or about 12.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. Approximately. And nice size. Normal size, I would speculate for tarot. Okay, so we're going to go through this. Hopefully, since this is the Rider-Waite deck, it will go a little bit faster because we already know the general meanings, right? Those of us who have either read or have had readings done. Okay, the cards. This is a very detailed book, I must say. Getting to know the royal family. The major arcana, here we go. The first one is the Fool. You're packed, perky, and psyched to jettison off into a new adventure. You feel the power of pure potential all around. The Fool indicates you are compelled to take that first fearless step in a new direction. This card is all about limitless opportunity. The Fool personality is void of all structure, rules, or reason. He is without plan, strategy, or knowledge of destination. The Fool comes frolicking into your readings as a sign of birthing new ideas to pounce upon from a place of excitement and innocent expectation. The Fool beckons you to become like a child, be a clean slate. Seek out new vistas without preconceived notions or habitual, predetermined thinking. I'm not going to read all of this, just the part that I told you I was going to read. Okay, next one is the Magician. I think that this is probably one of the prettiest cards. The Magician. You're in a perfect position to work magic in your life. Maybe you've been waiting for more details to make a decision. The Magician indicates those details coming to light, and you are free to move forward. Feel the power of making choices that honor who you are. The Magician card is a sign you have all the right stuff. Time, resources, and direction are all aligned for optimal outcomes in your life. The Magician is a powerful card that represents an initiation into a new direction of life. Above all else, the Magician wants you to recognize your full potential, conjure your own magic, and step into your personal power. Yay! Next up is the High Priestess. Deja vu, intuition, hunches, oh my. The High Priestess rules the realm of psychic perception. When she shows up in our readings, it's time to tune into intuition and imagination. The High Priestess challenges us to solve problems unconventionally through our sixth sense. The High Priestess also encourages us to feel our emotions more fully. She asks us to open the floodgates of perception and gain new otherworldly perspectives. All about a new perspective. Next up is the Empress. Congratulations, you're expecting. The Empress is an announcement for new birth in your life. This doesn't necessarily mean a new baby. It could be the birth of a new idea or opportunity. The Empress card is an icon for new creations. She indicates we are in line to receive the fruits of our labor. The Empress also represents motherhood and feminine influence. She reminds us to nurture and protect that which is helpless or in need of nurturing or support. This could be as simple as giving your child a gesture of comfort, or as grand as becoming an activist for global preservation. For global preservation. Tongue-tied already. Okay. Next up is the Emperor. The Emperor is the male counterpart to the Empress. The Emperor represents man's place in the world and his role as a leader. Pulling this card means you need to seat yourself in the throne of leadership. The Emperor does not doubt his authority and expects the same from you. This confidence comes from years of practice being a ruler. Either you have the experience to be an effective leader or you need to respect someone who does. It's time to step up and believe in yourself and your ability to take charge. The Emperor is just and capable ruler. He reminds us to respect our elders and leaders. Hear, hear, respect those elders. Okay, next up. The Harefent. The word Harefent means holy in ancient Greek. The Harefent is a priest, counselor, teacher, or holy person who serves as a go-between for mankind and God or spirit. Consequently, this card deals with religious and spiritual themes. The Harefent is revealed when we need to protect our faith and seek spiritual guidance or rededicate ourselves to some form of religious worship. This card also stands for tradition, ceremony, and spiritual law. In its simple translation, the Harefent is a sign of spiritual blessing. Spiritual blessing. Next up is the Levis. Yes, the Levis card is an absolute sign of love, but there's more to it than just hearts and cupids. Okay, the card expresses a lot of symbolism related to health, healing, balance, and feeling natural. The Lover's card encourages healthy partnerships, physical well-being, and finding ways to be our best selves. It also deals with generosity, compassion, and creative expression. Trust is a big keyword for the Lover's card. In a reading, this card encourages honesty and transparency when dealing with others and ourselves. Okay. Next up, the Chariot. Action, decision, drive, and stamina. These are themes of the Chariot, and they are expressed in terms of progress and navigation. The Chariot is about planning our course to win a victory. We must employ level-headed strategy to get to our destination. The Chariot encourages us to stay focused and drive on to our goals without fear of the unknown. Confidence, intellect, and self-control wins the battle. At its simplest, the Chariot card is a sign of travel, relocation, and or transportation. Okay, next up is Strength. Pretty card. In most societies, the term strength is attributed to masculinity, yet this card features a woman. Feminine energy is not about brute force, and neither is the Strength card. This card is about balancing our animal nature and our higher nature. It's about using compassion to tame the wild, unruly elements within ourselves and our environment. The card reminds us that peace, love, and staying calm in a crisis are the best ways to express strength. The Strength card may also represent family pets as well as health and balance. Nice. Next up is the Hermit card. The term hermit is Greek for in the desert. The hermit label was popularly used for people who led a monastic life in early Christianity. The hermit devotes his life to religious, spiritual study. He purposefully removes himself from all worldly influences to be one with God. In a reading, the hermit illustrates a need to turn away from the world and go within for answers. The hermit signals a time of quietude, introspection, and deep thought. I don't really think that quietude is an actual word, but okay, we're going with it. It's written in there. Okay, next up, the Wheel of Fortune. When pulling the Wheel of Fortune, it's important to identify what is at the hub of your life. Know what keeps you focused. Be clear about your top priorities. Why? Because the Wheel of Fortune represents unpredictable and sometimes turbulent events happening in your life. Fortune can be cruel or kind. In either case, it's vital to have a fixed center of gravity while the world spins around you. No matter what fate throws your way, you must not let it distract you from your core values. Nice. Next up is Justice. Logically, the Justice card stands for truth, relying on facts, and gathering details in order to form an educated decision. In a reading, justice points to matters of law. Legal action, lawsuits, and contracts are all under this heading. Internally, this card encourages self-honesty, moderation, and balancing your life affairs. Be fair, be prudent, stay objective. That's right. Okay, next up is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man represents surrender. We encounter this card typically after wrestling for a solution, but we get strung up by the consequences anyway. In fact, when we fight harder, we only succeed in working ourselves into knots. Now we must either admit defeat or surrender to the situation. Suspend the urge to struggle, and inaction will give you a breather, and this will give you space to gain clarity for a better solution. The Hanged Man also suggests accepting our punishment with serenity if we have knowingly committed a wrongdoing. That's right. Okay. Next up is the Death card. The idea of death can be a scary thing, and seeing it in a spread can be dubious at best. Although it sometimes indicates physical death, a more likely interpretation deals with the end of a particular phase in life. Change, metamorphosis, and transition are the watchwords for the Death card. This card also illustrates the importance of dying to your sinful nature, to our sinful nature. It encourages setting aside corporeal fixations like greed, lust, and addiction in order to live free. At its simplest, the Death card indicates a swift change in life that forces a loss to make room for gain. The biggest lesson Death offers is to take nothing for granted. That's right. Okay, next up is Temperance. Temperance is moderation in action. This card is about maintaining a healthy lifestyle, showing restraint concerning excess, and working toward harmony. This card also encourages moderation in our environment. Mindfulness about conservation, rehabilitation, and global healing are at the forefront. The Temperance card encourages cleansing, purification, and taking a holistic approach to life. The card reflects the vital balance of giving and receiving. There is an energetic exchange in every aspect of life. The Temperance card asks us to discover a happy medium in life's daily exchanges. Beautiful. And then next up, we have the Devil. Negative influences are prohibiting you from living a full, free, happy life. It could be a slight irritation working on your nerves, the kind that grows when left unchecked. It could be a major burden like addiction. Anger, hate, or bitterness are at the forefront of your emotions. The Devil is anything that takes control and puts you into emotional bondage. Abuse, imbalance, and struggles with your animal nature are all issues the Devil stirs up in a reading. When this card appears, your prime question and answer is about control. Are you in control, or is adversity controlling you? Very good questions to have. The Tower card. The Tower. You've been blindsided. A sudden shock to your system has rocked your world and left you reeling. To add insult to injury, the signs were there. You just chose not to see them. Your focus was on building something bigger and better. There's nothing wrong with wanting more and focusing your efforts to get it. However, the Tower hints that your focus was misinformed and obsessive, and you let other areas of your life suffer from neglect. The upheaval you're experiencing is the universe's way of reestablishing a healthy balance. Use this to adjust your focus and pay attention to areas in your life you've ignored. Beautiful. Next up is the Star. Finally, after a term of challenges and difficulties, you are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Expect important communications about new opportunities and directions. You learned many lessons about giving and receiving. This puts you in a place of power. You have clarity about your path and confidence in yourself. Bright ideas are forthcoming. You are in a remarkable place of clarity and creativity. Inspiration, optimism, and renewed energy are prime themes in your life right now. Right now. Next up, the Moon. There's a reason the term lunacy is derived from lunar. The Moon indicates confusion and being swayed by outside influences when you should be doing what you know is right in your heart. Thankfully, the Moon indicates you have a keen intuitive sense. It also indicates you have the wherewithal to do some honest soul searching. Dive deep into your emotional waters to establish insight and emotional stability. Don't be confused by what the world is doing. Instead, follow your instincts and make your dreams come true. The time you make to make this happen, that happen is now. The time to make that happen is now. Okay, finally got it out. The time to make that happen is now. Okay. Next up is the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. You're getting a new lease on life. Expect new beginnings and rejuvenation. Set your sights high because your future is bright and promising. Issues that held you back in the past are now cleared, and you have the energy to move forward with your goals. This is a highly positive card, and its presence in a reading suggests joy, healing, and good vibes. Yay! Next up, Judgment. Often the term judgment carries negative connotations, but the imagery of this card expresses positivity, freedom, and even a sense of rejoicing. Essentially, this card indicates that a revolutionary verdict has been made in your favor. This ruling comes after a period of withdrawal, depression, or seclusion. An announcement is coming, and it will have you jumping for joy. Or you'll receive news that you can move forward with an important project. In its simplest form, the Judgment card is a herald to answer your highest calling. That's right. Answer it. Next up is the World. As the final card in the major arcana, the World stands for completion, satisfaction, and attainment. Over the course of your life experience, ups and downs have been plentiful, but you're now in a place of stability. You've achieved a great deal, and you're ready for whatever comes your way. You've gained self-confidence and success. You've met your goals and established structure in your life. Yay! Okay, so that goes over the major arcana for the Rider-Waite deck. And our next video is going to start off with the Suit of Wands. Fantastic, right? So, I will see you in the next video. If you are liking this deck, this complete kit, there is a link in the, it's an affiliate link in the description box. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video going over the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. Talk to you soon.